Hello friends! Welcome back to another Magic Monday. Today we are looking at another tribal deck. This time, oxen? Question mark? Thanks to Bruse Tarl, Roving Rancher, a 4-mana cost human warrior. With oxen you control have double strike. Whenever he enters the battlefield or attacks, exile the top card of your library. If it's a land, create a 2/2 ox creature token. Otherwise, you may cast it until the end of your next turn. This Thunder Mountain Railroad set, I don't know, whatever this thing is, this set came out. I opened a few packs, I saw this guy, and I thought, I need to make a cow deck. So this deck is called Olly, has 14 creatures, 43 non-creatures, average mana cost of 2.6, very heavy white, a splash of red, and 42 lands. So of our 14 creatures, 5 of them are Ox, 6 of them are shapeshifters. So basically 11 of them are oxen. We have a couple instants and sorceries, 25 equipments, including, or 25 artifacts, including 3 shapeshifters and 15 equipment, 12 enchantments, 4 planeswalkers, and 42 lands. So what do we have in here? We have ways of making a lot of cows and making them big cows. Basically is the theme of the deck. So we have our standard enchantments like gain a life whenever a creature enters the battlefield under control. Creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped, and then you gain a life. Things like that. For some control or some creature creation, we have Ephemerate, exile target creature you control, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Rebound, so we can make some more tokens with Bruse by exiling him and bringing him back. Some removal or life gain here, some control, very light control. Little removal here with Swallow Whole, which kind of is funny with the oxen. We have a Yoked Ox. For 1 white mana, we have a 0/4 Ox that does nothing. Cool. What else we got? We have a Giant Ox. For 2 mana, we have a 0/6 Big Cow. It's really the whole deck, guys. It really is a cow deck, and it actually really is fun. We even put in Bartered Cow, a 3/3. When it dies, I make a food token. It's a glowy cow. We got this McKindy Ox. It's 5 mana for a 4/4 common ox with landfall that tap a creature an opponent controls when a land enters the battlefield. We do have the Ox of Agonis, which is a 5 mana cost 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, discard your hand and draw 3 cards, and we can escape it with a 1/1 counter on it. Really not a great card, but if my hand is empty, I can draw 3 cards for 5 mana and make another cow. What else do we have that's not a cow? Lots of equipment. Make some treasure tokens here, make some treasure tokens here, Death Touch Lifelink here, Ward here, we got Shadow Spear, we got the Soul Cleaver. Oh, we have a Changeling Ox, this robotic ox right here. We have Plate Armor, because why not? We put in this just to give all of our Ox +1/1, and to give Bruse +2/1, and Ward 1. Gift of Estates, just because, why not? I don't know. Changeling Ox here, with this Ox with a sword. And then we get cards like this. Intangible Virtue. Creature tokens you control get +1/1 and have Vigilance. And Rally the Ranks. Choose a creature type. Creatures of the type you control. Creatures you control of the creature. Blub. Shut up. You could read it yourself. Fighter class lets us find equipment and then activate it for cheaper. Metallic Mimic. We choose Ox, and all of our Ox enter with an additional 1/1 counter on it. Put Basri in here, just to add more counters. Really, that's his main point. Radiant Destiny lets us choose Ox and give them +1/1 and Vigilance, which is fun. Bloodline Pretender gives us 1/1 counters on this guy every time an Ox enters the battlefield. All your typical tribal stuff for a weird tribe that doesn't have a lot of options. Faceless Agent lets us seek a cow. Wonderful. Icon of Ancestry will give our oxen +1/1. That's about all it does. We put in 4 swords for some color hosing fun. We can throw any of these on Bruse and potentially get him through every turn to make some more oxen. We have Anointed Procession to create twice as many ox as normal. We have this Changeling Ox that will make a friend ox. We have Mondrak in here. If one or more tokens would be created under your control, create twice as many instead. We have Smothering Tithe just to be a jerk. We have Teleportation Circle so we could warp Bruse out and back in at the end of every turn to potentially create more ox. The Wanderer is here for a little bit of removal, but mostly prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control. I don't want anybody nuking Bruse from orbit here. We put in Koth to find some mountains, and that's it. Because there's not a lot of red in here. I don't know, I just put them in. And Osier Tak will create 3 times as many oxen whenever Bruse triggers. Put in the Eternal Wanderer so that we can exile Bruse and have him come back and make more oxen. And we put in an Embercleave because it's a stupid deck and I wanted to. And then we got our normal assortment of lands. Nothing particularly special here. Just 21 plains, 14 mountains, and an assortment of random stuff. That's pretty much the deck, guys. I mean, like your normal mana rocks. I did put in Andoril so we can make some spirit flying tokens as well. But the idea is pretty simple. We want lots of cows. Bruse makes cows. Let's give him a bunch of equipment. Or, barring that, let's warp him in and out of play with Teleportation Circle and the Eternal Wanderer to make as many cows as possible. They have double strike. We have enchantments to make them even bigger. And then there's this guy here. I don't want to skip over him because he's in pretty much a game over guy. This Intrepid Adversary. For 2 mana, he's a 3/1 with lifelink. But you could pay an additional 2 mana any number of times, and then you put that many 1/1 counter or valor counters on this guy. And then all creatures you control get +1/1 for each valor counter on him. So potentially I could dump him on the board, pay 2, 4, 6 for if I have 8 mana available, and all of my creatures get +3/3. Along with the double strike from Bruse, and potentially some equipment, or this flowering of the white tree, or this intangible virtue, or whatever. We get a bunch of big cows, and we just make a stampede. We could call this deck Stampede, but I called it Olly because the oxen are free. Now you get it, if you didn't already. Friends, if you enjoyed this episode, you know what to do. As always, be kind to yourselves and each other. Let's get to some games, and we'll see you in the next one.